What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Well, here we are. Week number 2 has only just begun a few days ago, but my goodness, is it going to be a fun one here today. Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to rock and roll for the second primetime face-off of week number 2. We're talking Sunday night football between two teams who are certainly in that playoff hunt. Even early on, I will say that because I think both these teams are extremely strong. One team ridden by injuries, but if they can get everything back to normal by at least midseason, they should be just fine. And the other team, well, I think their ring says a lot. So, I'm pretty sure they're going to be somewhere around the playoffs, maybe deeper this year yet again. So, with that said, everybody, I am so happy to have you here today. What's going on, by the way? Taryn Rodriguez in the chat room already. There he is. Good morning. Hey, thank you for having us, for being here today, Mr. Taryn. And, of course, to our awesome guests here today. We'll introduce them shortly. So, I gotta show some love, y'all, to the SoCal Warriors once again, sponsored here at IE Sports Radio. Gotta love some semi-pro sports, y'all. Follow at SoCal Warriors on Twitter and at Southern California Warriors on Instagram, Southern California _Warriors on Instagram, and as well at Southern California Warriors on Facebook. Also, check out our other sponsor. Great stuff here. Background Checks International. Great stuff, Mr. Brett Freeman. Great guy. Mr. Kit Brennan Freeman. Great dudes. Make sure to check him out if you guys are looking for professional background checks. Nothing illegal, y'all. Don't condone that. But definitely check out professional background checks if y'all need it. Certainly great stuff. Check it out at www.bcint.com. Big ups to our sponsors. And ladies and gentlemen, here we are today getting ready and set for Primetime Face-Off number 2 of this week. This is going to be a fun one. So here we go, y'all. I always love doing this. Alrighty. Ladies and gentlemen, getting you ready and set for primetime face-off number 2 of the week. We're ready to rock and roll as we have the Kansas City Chiefs all ready and set to take on the Baltimore Ravens. And here to help us out with this face-off here today, two diehard fans ready to represent their teams and get you ready and set to go. They're rocking their colors. They're ready, and this is going to be a good one here today, y'all. Introducing the away team. Representing the away team, introducing diehard Chiefs fan and longtime listener here of IE Sports Radio here on 3 and Out. The guy is awesome. He left us an amazing review on Facebook. I mean, what can I say, man? The dude's about as awesome as it gets. I'm really glad to have him here. He's been on so many primetime face-offs. When we used to do the call-in ones, it's on the show. He's been on these ones when we started doing it live. He's been a part of the Super Bowl ones. I believe a few of those. Ladies and gentlemen, what can I say? Glad to have him here for his upkeep time. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Mr. Bobby Touzinsky. What's going on, Bobby? How you doing tonight, brother?
Hey, I'm doing great. Yeah, thanks again for having me on, and I'm ready for this primetime matchup.
Yeah, same here, man. It's going to be quite the battle. I'm really excited to have you here today, man. So, all righty, and representing the home team, a team who definitely is on their way. Like I said, ridden by injuries, but my goodness, this team is ready to flourish. Really excited to have these guys in primetime tonight because, well, if everything goes according to plan, tonight should be another thriller, much like we had in the last couple primetime games already in this season. Ladies and gentlemen, welcoming diehard Baltimore Ravens fan. He, of course, is back for, my goodness, he's been on a couple face-offs already last season, and he has been a judge. Well, so is Bobby, but these guys have both been judges, but he's been judging the last couple of weeks, or the last week here on 3 and Out. Ladies and gentlemen, glad to have him here yet again to rep his Baltimore Ravens. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Mr. BMoe Flocka. What's going on for that today, man?
Man, what's up with it, man? You already know it's Baltimore all day, shorty. You feel me? And we gonna get that dub with all the injuries. We ain't no dummies here.
I'm loving it, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm loving it. This is how it's supposed to be. So we're ready to have some fun here today. Big ups to everybody in the chat room once again. Taryn, thanks again, brother. Greetings, Bobby, my Chiefs friend. Greetings, BMoe Flocka. Of course, D-Hawk up in the chat room already talking. Good morning, everyone. Mike Pat, good morning, gentlemen. Well, good morning to all of y'all. Just got to tell you guys, of course, bringing in our judges for today. We do have all the way from Southern California and diehard Chargers fan. Uh-oh, Bobby. I'm just kidding. And diehard Chargers fan. We have Mr. Taryn Rodriguez. Also, next judge here, we do have all the way from the DMV over there in BMoe Flocka's neck of the woods, talking, of course, all Washington football. We have Mr. D-Hawk up in here, Duke up in the house, and our third judge of the morning. We have another dude from the DMV. He actually does our DMV show here on IE Sports Radio. Let's Wind About Sports. Loving it. Great stuff. It'll be on tonight, by the way, 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern. Great show as always. Enjoying a delicious glass of wine. And then, of course, talking about the sports he loves in the DMV and all over the country. Mr. Mike Patty is the editor also of the IE Sports Radio blog. So got to show those three some love. And here we go for the face-off, y'all. So, hey, what's going on, man? Gotta love it, y'all. Hey, that's what it's all about, man. Football is family, and that's what we are here. So, oh, man, they're ready to rock and roll, BMO. So here we go, y'all. Let's do this thing here today and have some fun. Starting things off, of course, with this with this Twitter handle. Go here right now. Check out the voter poll for the team. No, this is not the voting poll for who wins the face-off, but this is for who wins it, of course, of the team battle. So who you guys think is going to win tonight's game. And, of course, we got plenty of things here today to talk about with these two teams. So we're not going to be off very soon. So you have plenty of time to get over there and make your vote. So with that said, y'all, let's get ready to boogie as we are all ready and set for Primetime Face-Off number 2 of the week. Sunday Night Football. The Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Here we go, y'all. So starting things off here, round number 1. Let's jump on into the X Factors. You guys already know I love me some X Factors. These are just always fun to talk about. Let's jump right on into it. So with that said, Bobby, start us off, man. You are the away team. You'll always be the one to start in this primetime face-off here. So start us off, man. Who are your X Factors for this game here tonight and why? Uh-oh, did we lose Bobby? Yep.
I lost.
Man, we lost Bobby immediately. Look at that. I mean, at the jump of the face-off.
Ravens by 7. That's all I'm saying.
Damn. I mean, see, that's what happens. That's what happens, man. When you lose connection, just kaboom. I mean, there it is. Let's see if we can get Bobby back real quick. All right, here we go.
There goes Bobby.
There we go. Sorry.
Bobby, man, you let BMoe just jump all over that right there, man. Ravens by 7.
Oh. Oh, man, I'm going there, huh?
Yeah, man. Ravens by 7, man.
Start us off, Bobby. Who are your X Factors for tonight and why?
Well, I think one of the X factors is going to be actually, I think, McCole Hardman. I think he's had last couple of times these two teams have faced off. He's had some pretty big, touchdown passes. Something that the Chiefs, for example, or in this matchup for some reason, been able to expose and use him a lot more than other matchups to other teams. So I think he could really be a huge X factor using Hardman, especially with a depleted secondary. There in Baltimore, it's not just going to be Tyreek and Kelsey. I think you're going to see Hardman get a lot of action in this game. So I think he's going to be my X factor in this matchup.
Good stuff there. I completely agree. McCole Hardman is a very, very underrated wide receiver who I believe, of course, is under the shadow of the cheetah. I mean, seriously, the fastest man. I mean, I seriously want to see him in the Olympics, man. Like, just one time. I see Tyreek Hill run one time the 100 and then dust everyone around the world, and then that's it, just retire. Like from the Olympics. I just want to see it one time because there's no way this man, if you were to run a 40 in a game, if you clock his 40 in a game, I feel like he'd probably run like a 4.1. Like, I'm serious. Like, this dude is insane, man. His speed is freaking fast. So, so a couple comments here. BMoe, Terrence says, BMoe, my Chargers were in the same boat a few years ago in terms of injuries. Sending Ravens flock a hug, a light hug.
Hey, I appreciate that. Say that hug for after the game, though, man. Like we can't be hugging before the game. We need that killer instinct dealing with these fools here.
I feel you, man. So, by the way, y'all, tonight, just quick little information for y'all, listeners out there. Mike Pat with Let's Wine About Sports, talking DMV Sports Night, says tonight we are drinking California Chardonnay. So, okay. So, if you guys have a little bit of a what's that, BMoe? BMoe wants to say something.
Man, get you some Jack Daniels. Stop being a baby.
Oh, man. I'm loving it. So, everybody, of course, tuning in today during halftime. If you want to check out, of course, Let's Wine About Sports tonight. Mike will be talking about that California Chardonnay and then jumping on into them DMV sports. So, yeah, man. Love it, man. Great stuff there from Terrence as we lost Bobby faster than the Jags lost the Texans. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, I can say that. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. No offense, Jags fans. I'm sorry, Jags fans, but it's I don't understand you guys. Anyway, I mean, not the fans, but the Jags don't understand. The fans deserve better. I'm sorry. But anyway, Mike Pat, I think both Tyreek Hill and McCole Hardman ran sub 4.3. So, yeah, extremely fast players there. So, let's jump on to the X Factors and continue it going. So, BMoe Flocka, give it to us, man. Who are your X Factors for tonight and why?
Well, our X Factors are the 15 IR members that we got. Like, I ain't even going to cap. It's the 15 players we got on IR. One of them would be our X Factor. But tonight, we're going to have to be an X Factor in the group. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have to be the whole defense / special teams. The whole defense and special teams have to be X Factor.
Mm-hmm.
And that's for the simple fact that we're going against the best team in football. Hands down, the most complete team. They don't have a single player on their injury report. Nobody even broke a toenail or nothing. You feel me? Like they are clean as the board of health right now, yo. So we're gonna have to really just go in and battle, bro. Like, no question. This is one of the biggest fights in Ravens history besides 2015 when we was banged up and played them squealers. And we won with Ryan Mallett. I don't know how either. We won.
I remember that. Ryan Mallett. Like,
Wow.
Oh my gosh, I remember that name.
That's a name I didn't I forgot about completely.
Yeah, my bad, Ryan. But yeah, I'm man. I mean, hey, it's what it is. But yeah, it's truth though. But the Ravens have pulled some rabbits out of the hat before, man. I mean, just being real, my bad to bring this up, BMoe, but honestly, man, I really did not expect us to win that game on Monday night. I mean, I thought the Raiders were going to get stomped out. I was not. Yeah, go ahead, Bobby, gloat. But I'm just being real, man. The Raiders have been trashed for a long, long, long time. I was not expecting this. I was expecting us to lose in overtime on the goal line because, well, you know, this is kind of what happens. But honestly, man, with all those players back from the IR, I don't know if I can give us that win, man. So you guys got a lot of boo-boos to heal up, man. You know what I mean? But I'm pretty sure, man, coming up, it should be great coming down the stretch. So,
And big shout out to the Raiders, man, because they balled. Like, regardless of whatever the history was, as far as like last year not being too good or being decent, last Monday they look like a completely different team. And Max Crosby is going to be a problem.
yeah, I'm very excited, man. I really like what he's got going on and what he's bringing to the table. I'm excited for this Raiders team, man. I really am. We look good. Do I think we're winning the gosh dang Lombardi? No. But do I think we could hopefully at least make the playoffs? Yeah, it'd be nice to see that for the first time in a long time, including that fluke year a couple of years ago. So with that said, let's move things on into this lightning round. And I like this primetime face-off. It's a good one. Not disrespectful, of course. Whenever Bobby's involved, it's always calm and cool and great. So good stuff there. BMoe Flocka, of course, is chilling, enjoying himself outside right now. I'm loving it, man. So let's go ahead and jump on into this lightning round, talk a little crap and have some fun. I know this is kind of hard. I know it is. You just said it right now, BMoe Flocka, but we're going to try to find some weaknesses if you can. I'm sorry, back to the fire round, not the lightning round yet. So, starting things off here. All right, Bobby, I think you already might have an idea of what you guys can take advantage of tonight. But what are the weaknesses on the Ravens that you feel the Chiefs get exposed to win tonight? What do you think, man?
Well, I think, obviously Baltimore is really banged up right now, but I mean, I still look at this wide receiver core they got, and I don't know what they're trying to do every year with trying to upgrade and get more weapons for Lamar Jackson. But I mean, really, you get Sammy Watkins. I mean, enjoy having for the month of September because at some point he's going to pull a hamstring here soon, and it's just going to be Marquise Brown's your only weapon. So, and I really haven't seen any. I don't know what to say about about Mark Andrews either. I mean, he's a guy. He seemed like he's going to be in that tier with Kill and Kelsey, and now he's kind of regressed a little bit. Especially with last season. So I don't know what really they got with Mark Andrews either as far as their use. So really offensively with the Ravens, I've always just been kind of puzzled as far as their aerial attack with trying to get weapons for Jackson. And I just look at this matchup and I just don't see how Baltimore is going to be able to compete with the lack of offensive weapons that they have, especially at wide receiver. I just don't see how this is a contest with when you give them those weapons to try to compete with the Chiefs offense.
Definitely not going to be easy. And as of right now, and BMoe said it earlier, it's going to take a lot tonight. We're going to need everybody to step up in order to make this thing happen. And the Chiefs is true, man. There's no guys saying injuries. Like, seriously, this team is very well kept right now. I don't understand. It's football, man, but they're doing it. So I completely agree. So, okay. So first things first, BMoe, you can make that part quick if you like, but what do you think, man? I mean, you think Bobby's spot on, number one, and then number two, what are the weaknesses on the Chiefs, if you can find any, that you feel the Ravens can expose to win tonight's game?
Well, he's spot on about like questions on the passing game. You know what I'm saying? Like he knows Sammy Watkins better than I do. You feel me? Like I'm just now learning, yo. You feel me? So I mean, he's a good possession receiver. We look for him for possessions. We're not really looking for him to be our top receiver. We just looking for possessions, like first downs on third, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. But what he is wrong about is our receiving core because we ain't even bring the real goons out. Not yet. You know what I'm saying? We still got Devin Duvernay. We still got James Prochet. You feel me? Just to complement the rest of them. And you lucky with Rashard Bateman injured right now. He coming back in a couple of weeks though. But the weaknesses on the Chiefs, yeah, they hold defense besides that D line. You know what I'm saying? And Tyrann Mathieu, you know what I'm saying? He a monster. But and shout out to Ladarius Sneed, you know what I'm saying? I know his pops, you feel me? So I always root for Youngin, you know what I'm saying? Like always root for him. But you know what I'm saying? The Chiefs defense is the only weakness they have. The only one. And it's only because they allow so many points. It ain't the fact that they gonna always try to outscore you. You know what I'm saying? It's like a game of Madden with them. Like you go up 28-7 in the second, then you can easy coast the whole game and they can win by 7 or 14. But with all these injuries with the Ravens, like I said, it's going to be tough to stop them as far as on offense. But on defense, I really think they're going to have a hard time stopping that run game, regardless of who we got back there, because we still got the MVP. Well, not the current, but, Super Bowl predicting. He's a Super Bowl predicting MVP. You know what I'm saying? And Lamar Jackson is our X factor on offense. So good luck catching him because, I mean, the Raiders, they had a little scheme, but it was only week one. We did not bring all the tricks out the bag. Trust.
Hey, you know what? I like that. Some confidence. There's lots more coming out because, I mean, you're absolutely right. It's week one. Okay, Bobby. Well, there's right back action, brother. So what do you think, man? Go ahead and comment on that before moving to the next round.
Well, yeah, I mean, I definitely think, you look at the Chiefs. I mean, if you compare offense and defense, I mean, yeah, obviously the defense is going to be the weakness. I mean, I think anytime anyone is playing the Chiefs, they're always bringing their A+ game. I mean, everyone is brings up that next year I've always wanted to try to beat the Chiefs. So yeah, I think it is always it's a little bit difficult to always play defense when the team against you is always just trying to gear up and always try to beat you. As much as everyone's trying to do against the Chiefs. So yeah, I mean, it's for the most part, it's much tougher, I think, to always have that energy to defend the pass than it is to rush. So yeah, I mean, there is always, but we can always bring the rush with you. And now we're going to have Frank Clark back this week. We didn't have him week one, so that's another rusher that we're going to have this week. So yeah, and we're going to have Matthew back this week, which is going to be a huge plus. He's that quarterback on defense for us, so I think that's going to help out with. When Jackson is going to be, especially that dual threat, having Matthew back there kind of surveying the field and pointing the defense in the right position pre-snap. So, Yeah, I mean, I think if this was week one, I'd be a lot more concerned about, those aspects of our defense being weak, but now being kind of 100% healthy, I obviously, I think, Jackson's gonna have his stats pile him up here and there, but I just, like I said earlier, I just don't see, if this is down late in the fourth quarter and the Ravens need to make a play, who in that wide receiver core is going to step up for them enough to potentially give them the lead late.
Woo, okay. I love it. A lot of confidence from BMoe saying, no, we got our receivers ready to rock and roll. And Bobby saying, I don't know about that. I like that. No, this is good. That's exactly what you want, because it might come down to that, you guys. Somebody might make a big play tonight or not make a big play tonight on offense or defense. Regardless, I mean, that's the best part. Last night, I don't know if you guys were able to watch it, but gosh dang it, man. Saturday night football, Penn State and Auburn last night was a gosh damn football game. I mean, that to me was a very good football game. And there were a couple no calls. I didn't like it. I didn't like the ending. Auburn, they threw, and I get it. You want to, throw to your tall receiver, drop back, throw it up high, and let your receiver get a chance to get it in the end zone. Well, the DB pushed homeboy, Auburn. I don't know the names of the receivers or DB were, but really, and there was no PI. That kind of got me. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm not hating on you right now, Penn State. I'm not hating on you, but referees, call it fair, y'all. Please don't do this. Don't sit there and not throw a flag, because there was a gosh damn flag. So I mean, it looked like one. I mean, and then after that happened, they go for a touchdown on fourth down. Of course, that was the one where they just couldn't get in the end zone. They turned the ball over, and then like a couple plays later, Penn State's coming out of their own end zone, and there was a throw way down the field, and this time they just got tangled up basically with the DB and the wide receiver, and it was PI on Auburn, and they moved down the field. You know what I mean? So it's like sometimes these penalties, man, it's just like. I mean, who knows? Penn State could have still won that game. I'm just saying. So we don't know. Things like this can happen. We have the Rams and Saints a couple years ago in the playoffs. Let's not go there, but I'm just saying. So penalties, all these things can come into to play when it comes into two guys competing extremely hard. Calls, no calls, all that good stuff. But at the end of the day, I love it. You guys are bringing up something that is, I think this goes right into it, because though it could come down to that tonight. It could come down to that deep throw where the Hail Mary happens. It could come down to that deep throw where the Hail Mary doesn't happen and the DBs step up. It could come down to a quick slant in the end zone. I mean, I'm just saying, it's amazing. So we can see what these guys, this is a big time mix match here. I feel here in the face-off, that is, not in the game. But okay, so let's move on to the lightning round and have some fun with it, y'all. So game plans. We're into the final round here. Got to show some love, man, to these game plans, because they're always great. And this lets you guys, of course, be the coach. I love this because you guys are football minds talking about the team that These coaches know their team, yes. But, gentlemen, you guys have been fans longer than these coaches have been there. So I think you guys know just a little something about these teams, just a tiny bit, I'm sure. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we go on to the lightning round. Let's jump on into it. So, our two combatants ready to rock and roll. Bobby, start us off, man. What is your game plan, of course, for those Chiefs to knock off those Ravens here tonight? What do we got going on?
Well, I mean, I think offensively, there's no secret. It's really just continue getting Kelsey and Hill your targets and get them active in the game. I like to see a little bit more Clyde Edwards-Helaire in the game plan as well. Get him involved in the passing attack. I think that's someone who could expose you for some sneaky plays at the line of scrimmage, and hopefully bust something for a long score. Really, and kind of defensively, I think it's really just. I think you definitely got to pressure Jackson. I think, making him feel uncomfortable in that pocket and make him so he can't make the, good throws downfield and potentially even turn the ball over. I think that's something the Chiefs took advantage of late last week against Baker Mayfield. They made him, they pressured him late in the game more. Obviously threw out the kind of late pick to kind of, set the Chiefs a victory at the end. So, doing something kind of similar to Baker towards the end of the game to Jackson early on would be obviously much more helpful to do it early than later. But I think that's a similar game plan I like to see the Chiefs do with Lamar as well.
I like it. And okay, good stuff there. I think that is very, very technical. You did a very great job on, picking who goes where and who does what. So, okay. So, first things first, BMoe Flocka, start us off, man. Talk about his game plan, what you like, if you think he's delusional, if you think it's not going to happen, what you got to do, man. Or, of course, agree, however you want to do it, and then follow it up with the Ravens' game plan tonight to beat the Chiefs. What you got?
I mean, I feel like the Chiefs, you know what I'm saying? As long as they stick to their passing attack, they can easily win this game. You know what I'm saying? We playing with third stringers right there in the DB department. You feel me? But that's really the only aspect that they could win this game because we're gonna stop that run. Their running backs are a little they're a little above average, but they're not great. You know what I'm saying? Like Clyde Edwards-Helaire, he's still early in the game. This is only his second year, so it's still some looks he haven't seen yet. And then whoever else running back they got, I think they got Damien. Y'all got Damian Williams now, right?
No, he's with the Bears now.
Oh, no.
Okay,
Yeah.
got you.
Yeah.
Oh, well then y'all in trouble.
Darrell Williams has been the backup there. He went to LSU, and then they also got the running back from San Francisco, who I'm drawing a blank on right now, but we didn't see too much of him week one. It's mainly Darrell Williams as a backup.
Oh, you talking about Tevin Coleman?
No, it's McKinnon.
Oh, Jerry McKinnon, yeah. Jerry McKinnon, yeah. So y'all in trouble with that run game. But the passing game is going to be legit. Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league, though. Like, there's no debate, no nothing. But yeah, as far as that, y'all do that. Y'all know what to do to win. I mean, the Chiefs are winners, so they know what to do to win. But as far as the Ravens game plan, let's get back to these Ravens. You know what I'm saying? As far as the Raven game plan, our old line needs to block like their life depended on it. You know what I'm saying? Alejandro Villanueva. Boy, if you let another person pass you like that, I'm talking to Alejandro, not y'all. Boy, if you let another person pass you like that I seen last week, you can take your ass back to Pittsburgh with that, yo. Like, for real. You go on back to Pittsburgh. We don't want all that, yo. So we're going to put you at left guard instead of right tackle, or right guard, instead of right tackle. Hopefully, you ain't got to beat them edges because them edges are fast. There's three players on offense and defense of the Chiefs that we have to watch out for and let everybody else fly. But we have to lock these three down on defense. Frank Clark, Chris Jones, Tyrann Mathieu. Those three, we have to find them every single play. Offense, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill. I don't care if we double every last one of them. You know what I'm saying? Take a chance on them other players like Mecole Hardman. He's got that speed, though. So as long as we play back, then we should be able to contain him because he's not as fast as Tyreek, but he's got that speed for sure. So our main game plan is sticking to the run game, keeping Mahomes off the field. We got to keep him off the field, like by any means. And one thing Ravens is good at is time of possession. You know what I'm saying? They might take all day to turn it over, but you know what I'm saying? They gonna take all day. That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? And we got to capitalize on fourth downs because I hate the fact that John Harbaugh is loving this going for fourth down thing now when we got the greatest kicker in NFL history. NFL history. You telling me at 4th and 2 and we in the field goal, you'd rather, you know what I'm saying, go for it and take a chance and take them easy points? We would have won by 3 last week.
I agree. You guys definitely need to utilize that man because he's getting paid all that money and that leg is just sitting there. So he needs to get up out there and make his money. You know what I mean? Make it work. So I agree, BMoe, definitely, man. And I love it. That's why I was doing this right now for Alejandro. Hey, we see you, Villanueva. We're watching you. We're watching you right now. I mean, look, I'm a big fan of his. I love what he, of course, military and everything, ex-military. I love it. He's got a great background. Thank you for your service. We appreciate you. But brother, you got to block somebody. Some you got to get in someone's way. Fall down in front of him. I mean, trip him. He's got to play like for real. Like last week, this wasn't a good game for him. It just wasn't very good at all. I know Chiefs fans are. I know Andy Reid right now. I know they're all probably going to just blitz his gap. I mean, seriously, like why not? Because that's exactly what you should be. Take advantage of weaknesses because last week. So let's see what he does this week if he shows up. But yeah, man, he needs to step it on up. And I agree, man. That defense, that offensive line tonight is crucial. They need to make it happen. So also, Bobby, what you think, man? Comments and thoughts to end off the face-off about BMoe Flocka's game plan.
I mean, yeah, I think it's, I think everyone always kind of mentions about time of possession. Obviously, the longer in the field offensively, you're going to limit the Chiefs having the possession back. And Cleveland did a good job of doing that. But, I mean, the Chiefs, they really don't need a whole lot of time to score. I mean, we saw last week, 75-yard, one drive play. They're back in the game when they were down by 9 points. So, it's really more about not so much taking time off the clock. It's making sure that you're getting touchdowns when you have the possession, because a lot of teams, they'll take off 8 minutes off the clock and they get a field goal, and it's like field goals aren't going to do it against this Chiefs offense if you're trying to go toe to toe with them.
I agree. So you got to take every point that you can get, but you got to get that end zone too. So I think it's got to be a mixture of both. BMoe Flocka has a great way of putting it. I mean, you need those points when you can get them, and then you get in that end zone, I think, is definitely the next part of it. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a great face-off. By the way, big ups to the chat room, man. There's a name for you, Ryan Mallett, by the way. That was for the Ryan Mallett.
Shout out Ryan Mallett 1-5. You heard me. Took down them squealers. You did.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, craziness, man, a couple years back. Terrence says, remember, y'all, Travis Kelce's name is pronounced Kels. The Chiefs made an under the table deal with the football gods. Oh my goodness. Okay, next up, in terms of not being injured, yeah, but for real, right? The way the Ravens can beat the Chiefs, have Lamar drop that deuce like he did against the Browns on Monday Night Football.
He gonna drop it on the field this time at the 50-yard line.
I'll tell you what, man. This game is going to be a good one. What a battle. Ladies and gentlemen, can we give it up for these two, man? Bobby Touzinsky and BMoe Flocka. Everybody
Hey, big shout out to Bobby, yo. You the calmest person I ever debated in my entire life, on and off camera. Like, I can't even talk trash, yo. I just got to make sure I keep it, like, humble.
Oh, man. Well, I appreciate it, man. You've been good to talk trash with as well. I mean, I've kind of learned, like, back in the 90s when I was a Chiefs fan, I took so much effort to talk trash and try to talk good about Steve Bono. And then when you got an elite quarterback like with Patrick Mahomes, I mean, you kind of let the team do your talking for you at this point. I mean, you really don't need to really talk too much crap right now. So I hear you, though, but I appreciate that.
Yeah, no doubt, man. As long as your team winning, you really ain't gotta say much. You just, especially when they winning at such large margins and like they make it look so easy. Like, this is the test of like will and heart. This ain't even about the W for real. Cause I already said we was gonna go 14-3 back in May before all the injuries.
Mm-hmm.
Now, even when, you know what I'm saying, this game was coming up, even back then they put the schedule out. I was like, all right, let me mark this L next to the Chiefs, only because we haven't beat them yet. But they can always prove me wrong. And I think this is the week they prove me wrong, man. Like, I really feel like being at home, because y'all ain't came to the bank. Y'all ain't deposited no checks at the bank yet. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta make sure that you got a good background check and all that to deposit at our bank. You feel?
Well, we beat you there last year, but there was no fans present. So yeah, it's gonna be a little bit different with fans present now.
Nah, y'all didn't play in Baltimore yet. Y'all haven't played in Baltimore.
Yeah. I think we played the Monday night game last year there, didn't we?
Nah, it's been all Kansas City. And the crazy thing is that I've been praying on the day y'all come to Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I'm in Texas right now, but I rep so hard for my city, for my team, and I got love for Texas too. But man, when I say y'all coming to the bank, make sure you have 2 forms of ID. You know what I'm saying? And we got some lollipops and all that paws in behind the counter and all that. But you're gonna leave when we say, I'm sorry, you can't get no account here.
I'm loving it. Gentlemen, that was one of the coolest debates I think I've ever heard in my entire life. That was absolutely amazing. And gentlemen, this is how close this one was. So let's go ahead and first get into this. The judges have spoken. All the votes are in. And this is absolutely awesome, you guys. So, gentlemen, first things first, that was great. You got the judges over here talking about in the chat room. Chillest primetime face-off since the AFC Championship game last year. And if you guys want to know, the AFC Championship did include the Chiefs, and guess who was in that? Bobby Touzinsky. So I'm just saying, man, wherever Bobby's at, it's like chill time, man. He's like not even trying to fight. He's trying to have a good football conversation. I love it, man. So BMoe said it earlier, man. Great stuff. So here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we have, of course, the game results for who you think is going to win this thing tonight, of course, the listeners. So who do you think is going to win the football game, not the debate? Well, you guys have spoken, and we appreciate it. There was only 14 of you. I know I just posted about an hour ago. My apologies. But everybody who voted, ladies and gentlemen, winning the fan vote for who they think is going to win Sunday Night Football here tonight. Over there at the bank, as you heard BMoe Flocka over there in Baltimore. Ladies and gentlemen, you, the listeners, with 71%, are going with the Kansas City Chiefs to win this thing tonight. BMoe, you see the yeah, I get you, I understand kind of face going on right now. But great stuff there, and I'm loving it, y'all. So with that said, wonderful, wonderful stuff. But now it's time to get on to the debate. This is a IE Sports Radio first on here on 3 and Out, and I love this. So, ladies and gentlemen, starting things off with our first judge. Well, the first, I'm gonna mix things up here, but our judge from Southern California, Chargers fan Taryn Rodriguez, has made his pick, and Taryn Rodriguez has this thing a tie. I actually have this ending up as a tie. Calm and collected versus knowledgeable. That is we have our first card is a tie. Our second card. All right, Mike Pat, all the way from the DMV. Is he going to show some DMV love over there to BMoe, or is he going to give it to them crazy Chiefs in the Midwest? Mike Pat grades it, or he has it. Round 1, BMoe Flocka, 9-8. Round 2, Bobby, 9-8. And for round number 3, he has BMoe Flocka, 26-25 in his scorecard to win his vote. And the third and final vote, he is a Washington football fan. He is a diehard. Of course, he was on here just last Thursday debating. It was a good one. Him and Zoe versus Pierre and Meg Renee for Thursday Night Football. Great stuff. Duke will have his scorecard entered. And ladies and gentlemen, you won't believe this, but Duke's pick is a tie. He says, yeah, I would say tie. Both very knowledgeable and chill. Great debate. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not sure how this works in boxing, but at least how it's going to work here. I'll have to look it up later on. We might have to get this thing switched around. But we only had 1 actually vote for a person and 2 give it a tie. So with that said, rock, paper, scissors, whatever. Rock beats scissors, however you want to put it. Paper beats rock. Ladies and gentlemen, this bout will finish in a draw.
Oh, man. I got the one up.
I know, but
I'll take the tie though, because sudden death.
Well, I know, right? Because I mean, the way I see it is, I'm not sure. I want to take a look at boxing rules because this is what is going to go on. But I don't know if we have 2 judges that pick a tie, and there's 1 person that picks a person. I have no idea how it works. So this is later on today when I read this in a little bit, I'll post the actual winner or if it's a tie or not, like on the 3 and Out account. Right here, of course, right here on 3 and Out. It's 3 and Out, the actual Twitter account. But ladies and gentlemen, as for right now, all you listeners out there and gentlemen here today, as of right now, at least from what I can see, there's 2 of them with a tie and 1 with, I've never had this situation before, and 1 with the actual pick. So we're going to find out in just a little bit. As of right now, we're going to call it a tie. But in just a little bit, we'll take a look at rules and see how it works. BMoe, you might have a pending victory, or gentlemen, we might have that tie stand. So all I know is that was awesome. You guys got off tonight, this morning. That was amazing. Great stuff. I mean, it was so great that two of our judges didn't even know who to pick. I mean, that's what I'm talking about, man. You guys are incredible, and that was awesome. So with that said, well, let's just go ahead and end things off here. Final scores, gentlemen. Bob, what you think tonight, man?
Yeah, I think it'd be a closer score than the last time these teams played last year. I'm going to go with 27, maybe 23. Chiefs obviously over Ravens. I think a huge advantage for the Chiefs is Mahomes has just been awesome in September. He hasn't lost yet as a starter in month of September, and also the Chiefs haven't lost a road game since like November of 19. So they are a much better road team than honestly at home. I really feel pretty good about them being this road matchup.
Oh wow, that's incredible! Wow, okay. Sorry about that. I just happened to read the rules right when you finished up here, Bobby. But I agree. This is going to be a good football game. Overall, the Chiefs they're going to bring it tonight, and they're going to make sure they do what the Chiefs do. But absolutely great. So real quick here, BMoe Flocka, finish this off, brother. Talk about your final score, and I'm going to bring up a very interesting point brought up by Mike at the chat. What you got?
I got us winning. I got us winning, like by a leap of faith. I got us winning 35-28.
Okay, 35. That's a good football game, gentlemen. So before we're out of here today, Mike Pat took the liberty of looking this up, of course, one of our judges. And Mike says this would count as a majority draw. If two judges do not decide, that's the ruling. This is via the internet. So I guess there it is, gentlemen. We have a majority. So let's go ahead and finish this up. This is crazy. I did not think this could happen, but I did tell them that you could have a majority. I told them that you could do a draw. So I mean, maybe I should get rid of that. I don't know. Maybe they have to pick somebody, but oh my gosh, that was too close. Majority draw is the decision. Man,
hey, no worries, Larry. We're gonna break that tie in the playoffs. You dig?
I love it. Well, with that said, Terrence says here, I got the Chiefs winning 31-27. I hope it's not like last year's game when these two met. Yeah, let's let's keep this game close. I'm looking forward to that. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, these are two combatants. Bobby, of course, it's up on the screen, but where can they find you and everything you do, man?
Yeah, sure. Just like you mentioned, my Twitter handle there is on the screen at Bob Touzinsky. That's where I do all my kind of sports tweets and especially Chiefs. Do some stuff for Royals, but obviously I'm more in the Chiefs, Twitter and all that. So that's where you can find me.
Awesome stuff. BMoe Flocka, tell these folks, man, where they can find you.
Man, right there on Twitter, IG, Snapchat, BMoe Flocka. You know what I'm saying? And I talk sports. Period. You know what I'm saying? All teams. Do not talk to me about my Orioles until after the season. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to hear about my Orioles. We're the first team to 100 losses again. So, nah, we ain't talking about that right now. But everything else, even battle rap, music, whatever, holla at me.
I'm loving it, man. Hey, all love, man. Great. Thanks so much for being here today, you guys. And that is going to do it. So we appreciate you guys, man. Thank you so very much. Have a wonderful rest of your days and enjoy tonight's game, y'all. Take care.
Hey, thanks again for having me, man.
Absolutely, gentlemen. All righty.
Have a good one.
Absolutely awesome stuff, man. Big ups to our two guests here today, Mr. Bob Touzinsky and Mr. BMoe Flocka. And it's time for my final weigh-in. Amazing debate. Absolutely, Terrence. So, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, I got to say this. The injuries have definitely bitten the Ravens like a dog chasing the mailman. I mean, well, if they catch the mailman, that is. This is not going to be an easy game. Reason being is for the Ravens. Reason being is because it's true. There's no freaking there's no injuries for the Chiefs, man. Like this team is amazing, and they're strong. They're coming into this game. The Ravens got injuries like crazy. They lost a close one last week. I mean, I know their morale isn't banged up. It's probably higher than ever because they probably felt like they should have won that game last week. Of course, I'm very happy my Raiders got it done. But I'll tell you right now, it's hard for me to pick the Ravens in this one just because of those injuries, man. And I don't know. It's a lot for them tonight to have to the mountain is a little too high, I think, for them to climb. Regardless, we're going to find out who it is here tonight. This is all discussion, all debate. The real plan is on the field. So let's find out. But my final score tonight, I don't think it's going to be extremely high scoring, but I think there's going to be a good amount of points. I don't know if the Ravens can score that many points. I want to make it high scoring, or at least in the 30s, but I can't, because I think honestly the Ravens defense is going to come to play, because they know that this offense is going to be, it's going to be hard for them to score, especially on this Chiefs defense. So overall, you guys, I'm going to go final score 27-20. I'm taking the Chiefs. I feel like the Ravens are going to fight. They're going to fight very hard. They're going to make this an actual game tonight, because I don't know, I don't see them getting blown out by any means. Harborough, you see him, of course, going not going for freaking field goals and everything. And tonight they know they have to ball out. I hate to say it's a losing effort, but my goodness, it's going to be good. A good football game. Okay, a good football game. I just don't know if it's going to be a strong performance all the way through from the Ravens. So I'm going to take the Chiefs once again, 27-20. Sorry, I buttoned off your score a little bit there, Taryn. I saw 27. Like, that's a good number. But overall, you guys, that's how it's going to look tonight. And I think it's, at least that's how I think it's going to look tonight. And we're going to find out. With that said, y'all, I hope you enjoyed today's Primetime Face-Off. With that said, that is going to do it for me here today. You can follow us at IE Sports Radio, at IE Sports Radio on Twitter, on Instagram, and give us a like on Facebook at IE Sports Radio. We certainly like that. Of course, big shout out to our sponsors, the Southern California Warriors. The Southern California Warriors, and of course, Background Check International. And got to show some love to everybody tuning in today. And I think, it's Background Checks International with Mr. Kit Freeman, great guy. And big ups to everybody who tuned in. Thank you to all of our 3 guests here today. Of course, our 3 judges, Mike, Pat, Taryn Rodriguez, and of course, Mr. Duke, his first time being a judge. Taryn, hey, thanks, brother. Yeah, so amazing debate, great stuff. They got the clapping hands here from D-Hawk, and thank you, Mr. Taryn. Great show there. You never disappoint. Hey, you never disappoint either, man. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. That's gonna do it for today's Primetime Face-Off. I will see you tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Eastern, as we talk a little Monday Night Football. Ooh, tomorrow's going to be a good one, y'all. A little NFC North battle. We'll see you then. Until then, take care, y'all. And as always, God bless.